Hello, all you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is The Last Hope Scar, Season 2, Episode 4, Through the Portal. This is one of our Pokemon tabletop RPGs here on the channel, being run with our custom Scar system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. We shall begin, as we usually do, with introductions, beginning with Kerr.
Hello everyone, I am Kerr. I am the storyteller for this game. I am here to bring glorious happy fun times for all of you.
And I am Tochemay playing Brussel, the Bulbasaur, poison grass type.
A cute one.
And I am Octo, and I'm playing a Cobalt, the roughest self real around, and not cute.
I don't know, you literally were silent until I said, hey cute one, and then you started doing your thing. I think the evidence is clear.
I'm not cute.
But yeah, hello
Absolutely.
everybody, I am Raw Zim, and I am playing as Hunter, the dark psychic type Mightyena.
And I am Foxfiend. I'm playing Kien, the fire-type Vulpix.
I am Merl. I'm playing Midnight, the dark type Zoroark.
Hello, I am Zeldirus, and I'm playing Shade, the dark type, totally still Azora, I believe his icon.
Hey, I'm Wade Swifter. Thank you, depending on where you find me. I play Shale, the grass ground Sandshrew.
Alright, and now for the recap. Cobalt, go for it. Wait,
Alright,
did
well-
Cobalt say he was a Riolu?
Also, yes.
Maybe. Shit.
What, Tal? What did you say, Tal?
So-
Okay, I guess he didn't say anything.
No. I said he did as I was walking away to grab a drink.
Oh,
He did say he was the roughest stuff as real around.
I'm sorry, I meant to say Lucario. Anyway, for what happened last time, damn it. I was kind of hoping that wasn't the one to be picked this time. I'm honestly not in the good mood to give recaps. I'm sorry.
Alright, how about we have... Shade do it.
Zim, last week I literally did 3 recaps over the weekend.
Now you can do 2 more.
Fine! I don't care, just somebody do it.
let's see.
Hunter
So
got a bath.
Hunter did get a bath.
Midnight and Kin continued their search for Zol.
So yeah, we there was a portal that the last thing that happened, Kin walked through a portal. If I recall right. What happened before that though?
Shenanigans in town with your bodyguard realizing that you're gone and raising a huge stink.
That's right. That's right. I remember. And Shade basically put Fuego in place. Tell him, hey, you're being an idiot and a risk to security by announcing Kin's absence. Yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
Shade's being serious for once right now.
Yeah, and that should say something. Was there really anything else, or was that basically it?
That was basically it. It was just chunky bits of that. Some place.
So yeah, I
I mean,
think
we
that,
started pretty late, so I think it was mostly just that.
Yeah.
yeah, we did start late last time. So yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that was the session, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was
a
it.
whole
We didn't get too
scene.
much done.
Yeah, a whole scene with Shade and Fuko and Kid and Midnight going through a portal in pursuit of Soul.
And Cobalt gave
I was about to say,
Hunter
there
a
was also
bath.
the bath. The
Well,
bath
bath
scene
And
was
needed
Cobalt
so
gave Hunter a
badly.
bath.
We now have a Grimer son, apparently.
Daddy.
That's not canon, right?
Oh dear.
Please tell me that's not canon.
No,
Okay.
but the meme will never die.
Just like the meme of Cobalt carrying Hunter bridal style.
If you want it to be canon, we can get Timber here. He has enough cannons.
I mean, for that matter, you give enough chance to the car to those with the coin. But anyway,
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, did Hunter's shadow copies of Kin and Midnight follow them through the portal?
they at least
Yes.
tried.
Alright,
Yes, they did.
cool.
So, hey,
So-
at least Hunter knows where you guys are.
At least Hunter knows where we are.
No.
So, let's see. Could someone roll me a D7?
Nice.
So one.
It didn't roll me for once when I rolled it.
Okay. Yeah, I was mostly trying to decide where I wanted to start with. All right.
Do be aware I won't be here next week. So
Gotcha. Okay. We must sacrifice kin to the dark gods.
Oh dear.
So yeah, if you need to wrap something up this session with my characters that we can cleanly go into next week without my character there. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So in that case, I feel like we should probably get done with the stuff that you're going to be involved with, Kin. That way it doesn't get stuck.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
All right. So, Kin and your companion. Who was with Kin again?
Me.
Midnight.
That's what I thought. I wanted to double check to make sure I wasn't misremembering.
Because Ken grabbed Midnight because Midnight has good investigative abilities.
Yeah.
Could I have a perception roll for everybody, please?
From everybody. All right.
For you two. You're there after
Okay.
all. I will allow Hunter to
Right.
also do it though, because Hunter has his copies if he's paying attention. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere at any time at all down here in the deep dark sea. Midnight has 5 successes.
Kid got 5 too.
5 successes. Hunter has 3 successes. Also, oh, go ahead.
I was to say, like, give me a minute. I forgot to bring up my character sheet.
You're good.
Again, I'm very sorry. I'm just.
You're
all
fine.
right.
You're good.
I'm certain you had plenty to deal with today at work.
Also, real quick, Zim, to check with you. Reddy says, "Do art?"
Well, first off, it's Rye, but yes.
Right. I'm
We do
sorry. That
have
looks
fan
like
art.
Reddy to me.
The D is silent.
Ready, Jim.
The D is tucked away in a particular place. You can't hear it. So anyways, fan art.
Yes.
It is bath time.
Realistically, I think Hunter would look much worse in this,
Yeah.
but I'm okay with Raijin not having gone all the way with it. Octo fan art.
I see it. I see it. Well, yeah, I like it.
The babies.
Oh.
So yeah, back to the portal thing, you know, the perception and all that.
Yes. So, Midnight, Kin, and Hunter, your copies that you have there, your eyes, so to speak.
His shadow
You
friends.
step. Your shadow friends. You step out into what looks to be a breathtakingly beautiful little meadow. You can hear the sounds of children laughing. You can... The air smells cleaner here. Noticeably, though, Kin, I will say this since it's you can smell a hint of corruption in the air.
Cool.
It is... I'm trying to think of like the way I would want to describe it. Like, the air smells very clean and nice, but it's like you can smell the corruption, but it's like been covered over like with air freshener almost. Like that's the way I want to
sickeningly
describe.
sweet underneath.
Yeah, like the corruption is there, but this nicer smell is basically like you almost missed it. But you're so used to dealing with it now and like detecting it. Because if you don't detect it, things tend to go badly for your people.
Yeah. Sniff, sniff. Can I follow it?
It does not seem to be like a trail necessarily. This is like an all pervasive.
ambient.
It's everywhere in this
The
area.
entire place smells
Like this, yes.
Like this.
Noticeably, you are not in like the forest anymore. You are in, let's see here. It's much more of a plains-like area. You can see a couple of rivers, though, a few bridges that are built over them. A very cozy little place, and you can see a village ahead.
Right.
Noticeably, there's no walls or any sort of defensive measures around this town, though. You can even see children out and about playing. Midnight,
Hello.
you do see the trail of blood that led you here is still here, and it's being dragged towards the town.
The trail's still here. It's leading towards that quaint little village out there.
You can smell the corruption. It's faint, being covered over, but it exists and it's everywhere here. What has Soul got himself into? All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. So are you just going to be trying to just walk straight there? Or are you going to be trying to move more stealthily? How do you want to play this?
I don't know,
Yeah.
Ken. This is your show.
No, Kin's not stealthing. He's on a mission. He's
A mission from God.
Oh dear.
Ken has a fire under his butt.
I've stumbled
I don't
into
know.
a crusade.
With that comment, I think he's got a trumpet under his butt.
what?
Toot.
You guys don't remember the trumpet butts from Monty Python?
It's been a long time since I've seen Monty Python. I need to see it again. I intend to watch it again soon, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, I want the
Fair.
same too. Like it's been a while, but I think you're talking. I think I remember.
I remember the Knights at St. Denis. I remember the bridge. I remember the hand grenade of Antioch.
I was
The
one
holy
of the-
hand grenade.
It was
I don't remember trumpets.
they were part of the fever dream of medieval art style stuff that happened. You know, the musical note basically things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I remember like yeah, it was pretty much like the medieval art stuff they were doing in that movie.
Okay. But yeah, no. Kin Crusades.
Ken has
He's on a
is
mission.
laser focused on one thing, and that's finding Soul and rescuing him. Everything else does not exist.
All right. So yeah, Kin's forging forward.
All right. So as you're going forward, you see a couple of the children poke their heads up.
Just for reference, Kin is in his full armor.
Okay.
So if that affects anything on the image that Kin is it is
Projecting.
Projecting and how other characters react.
What does your armor look like, Ken?
It looks like an iron suit of armor. It's the same one that Koga gave him a while back. Would have the emblem of Hilltop on it, but aside from that, very functional, but heavy. For sure.
Yep. Is there any holy symbols on the armor?
His pendant would be visible.
Okay.
The pendant of Arceus.
Okay. Okay. That's what I needed to know. Thank you very much. So, Kin.
Yes.
When these young Pokemon see you, Midnight, they look a little bit nervous, but when they see you and the pendant that you're wearing, a lot of them start grinning and racing over to see you. Like there's almost a spring in their step as they kind of almost trip over each other trying to get to you and see you.
Again, you made some friends.
I'm imagining Kin looking absolutely menacing, like a holy knight, and then people just being just absolutely ecstatic to see him. Like, what?
Yeah, about.
They were nervous about the completely neutrally walking Zolark, but they see this crusading Vulpix, and it's just like, yay!
Praise the
Whoa.
Lord!
And pass the
Whoa.
ammunition.
Are you a holy knight?
Of a sort, I suppose. Yes.
That's cool. You're a servant of Arceus? Another one speaks up.
Kin internally cringes slightly, but yes, nods and indeed, and am on a mission right now. Perhaps you guys may be able to help me. Is the trail of blood still visible?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm following the path of someone who was taken from me. Best indication, this trail of blood here is theirs. Would you have happened to have seen an Absol being brought through here?
Were you hunting the heretic?
Play along.
Perhaps. Could you give me a description of the heretic?
It was an Absol. He got beaten up pretty bad, but he was being dragged in chains and stuff.
Then perhaps so. I need to see this Absol.
Yeah, he's in town. He's probably in prison until they can sacrifice him.
I see.
Yeah, it's the only way to save his soul, they say. They have to sacrifice his soul to Arceus.
Thank you for this information. Which way to the jail?
We can show you. We can show you. They all look like a dream come true right now for this.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Hooray! We're gonna have an execution!
And I take it they lead Kin there, pretty much following the trail of blood.
Yes. Kin and Midnight, you two specifically, please make rolls. Kin, I want you to make me a perception roll. And Midnight, I want you to make me a Give me an integrity roll. And one moment while you guys are making that.
Let's see, it was soul to replace ones, and it was willpower to just reroll.
Yep.
Right.
Soul recharges per session. It's soul divided by 2, round up. Willpower is regenerated from things like resting.
Okay. I don't like that roll. I'm going to willpower 1 to make it again. Sorry.
Hey, now it's a 4.
Yeah.
You got this. You got this. What's the worst that could happen? Do 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 do.
And perhaps while these people are leading me, I will strike up a little bit of conversation. So what do you guys know about the heretic and what they've done?
Well, we don't.
Probe
we
for a
don't
little
know-
bit of information.
Well, we don't know that much. I mean, it's a heretic. The Holy Knights go out, they find heretics, and they either get them to repent or they bring them back to sacrifice to Arceus so that we can be protected from the monsters out there.
Right. And but a heretic would have to have done something to offend Arceus to be a heretic, right?
Yeah, they can be false prophets, or they can be servants of the monsters out there, or they could be liars who are taking advantage of other Pokemon. They could be doing a lot of different bad things.
So, do you have any idea what this heretic is being tried for?
He shakes his head. No, we just saw him being dragged back. We don't know anything yet. That's going to be at the ceremony when they're going to sacrifice him if he doesn't repent.
I see. Thank you. I'll
Real quick, the kid that you say thank you to, he looks over at one of his friends. Did you hear that? He said thank you to me. A holy knight actually said thank you. It's like, I'm so jealous.
Cute. Absolutely adorable.
So is our holy knight ready to repent?
So,
Our
anything
whole-
happen along the way? Do the rolls we just made make any difference?
So midnight. Hey, Beerus, who says I'm going to kill them?
Oh no.
I was not going to do anything to them.
Uh-huh.
But midnight, as you guys are getting to the town, you specifically, when you're crossing over the border for the town and entering it properly, you can almost feel like a barrier of holy energy. And you know what, with the book you used in the past and all that stuff, you're not corrupt, but there's a little bit of a mark on you, and you can kind of feel it as you're pushing through. You're able to push it through it no problem, but you definitely noticeably feel like there is a holy protection, and does not feel impure to you. This feels actually like pure and such.
I will discreetly try to relay that to Ken.
Uh,
Free. Oh, go ahead.
You're letting me know that this feels pure to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay. Side
So-
eye.
I do have a question for you, Kin. Though in the past, how devout were you to Arceus in the past, like before like the start of the campaign and such?
Oh, very,
Very.
very. He had his shrine. He prayed regularly. He has his amulet, his pendant. The whole 9 yards. He was devoted. At this point, he's less than 100% devoted to Arceus in particular, but he still has the same conviction about him,
Okay.
if that makes any sense.
Yes, yes. No, the reason why I was checking is with that roll is as you're looking around at everything, as you're just kind of taking it in. This town is oh boy. You've never seen a place so dedicated to the creator of all Pokemon as this town. Like, you can see little statues of Arceus almost everywhere. Every building has his holy symbol on it. There are altars set up along the streets, almost like outside of each building, for people to kind of like bow their heads and offer a prayer before going inside. Like, the levels here of devotion is almost bordering on fanaticism with how strong it is. And
So it's like we
And
found a zealot village.
and they require sacrifices.
Hey, look, you
Uh,
found the cult.
Yeah.
noticeably give me a let's see. Give me a lore roll, and then depending on how you roll here, we'll see if you roll something else.
All right. Lore. This wouldn't be instinctive, would it? Logic would more fit this.
Yes.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 1 logic and 1 lore. So not as good of a number of dice. However, that's not a bad roll. Die. I roll. Okay, actually roll in the box. Thank you. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 4 successes. Would have been 5, except the die didn't seem to roll in the box. So 4 successes.
Okay. So then, Kin, you can feel here there is that pervading sense of corruption still, but this town is just radiating divine energy. Like, it is clean, it is pure. But there's also that trace of corruption that's kind of pervading possibly just the entire area, but the overall feel is very close to what your divine fire feels like.
Right. However, there is a surprisingly thin line between devotion and fanaticism. and that and the and that line can easily be crossed with corruption. Anyways, yes. So, thank you. Let's keep going.
And you are being led up to a very small, indiscreet building. And outside, there is what looks to be a Ivysaur, who's just kind of looking through a book and standing guard.
Hello.
Also, one sec, be right back.
Alright.
All right, sorry about that. I am back. Go ahead.
Hello.
He glanced up
Addressing
from
the
his
Ivysaur.
book. He looks up from his book, kind of like almost annoyed that someone is bothering him when he was reading, and then he sees you in your armor. He's like, his eyes widen, and he looks like excited. It's like he's talking to me. Hello there, sir. A good day we're having today, isn't it, sir?
Perhaps. I'm afraid someone that I'm after was recently brought in, an Absol. Perhaps you would know who I'm talking of?
He nods. Yes, sir. I believe one of our hunters found and captured a heretic and brought them in recently in the last half hour to an hour.
Is that hunter still in town?
I believe so, sir.
Cool. I need to talk to both the Sapsel and the hunter who brought him in, if that's all right.
I can try to send a runner to find him. The Absol is currently
Please.
imprisoned here until the time of the ceremony of judgment.
How long until that will be?
It'll be at sunset today.
I see.
Hmm.
You have a good
if-
like 7 or 8 hours before then,
Cool.
based on like where the sun is in the sky.
I need to see and talk to this Absol first, then. If you don't mind taking me to him.
I can't leave my post, sir.
That's fine. If I can just be let in to go talk to him, that would be sufficient.
He nods.
Whether
sorry.
you have to have someone else accompany me or not, I must talk to this Absol.
He nods. Of course, sir. Of course. I wouldn't think to to go against one of Arceus's chosen.
Thank you.
And he will step to the side so you can go in.
And I go ahead and head in. About how long do you think it'll be before I'm able to talk to the hunter as well?
I can send one of the kids as a runner to see if they can find him.
Okay. As soon as convenient, I need to talk to him.
He nods. Of course. I will ensure
you.
that it's done as quickly as possible.
And at the very latest, it must be before the trial tonight.
Oh, of course. I would not dream of making you wait, sir, as he bows his head quickly.
Thank you. And I head on in.
He nods before looking at Midnight. Are you his squire?
He's with me, yes.
Yes, I am his squire.
He looks like the Ivysaur is giving you a look of like absolute jealousy and like you are so lucky.
The Ivysaur doesn't know how
Yes.
much corruption Midnight's been
Yes,
exposed to.
I am lucky.
Doesn't know
Yes.
how many times Kin has threatened to burn Midnight.
Redemption.
Yeah.
I will kill you if it means redeeming you.
Whoa. Such is life.
But yes, as you are brought in, Kin, you can see Soul is in a cage. Noticeably though, he doesn't actually look hurt.
Oh. So no blood coming from him.
Noticeably it doesn't look like there's any wounds on him. He does
Huh.
look tired, but he doesn't look hurt.
Hello, Soul.
He blinks. Kin?
Indeed. You went missing.
I was going out to gather some berries and some herbs.
I was told you had a surprise for me, but we can
Uh,
address that later. Right now,
I don't know what you're talking about.
right now, I find you interacting with portals once again.
I did not do anything.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I don't think you did. However,
Look.
given the state you look to be in, I'm guessing the blood trail wasn't yours.
Actually, I think it might have been mine.
Oh. You don't look injured or bleeding from here.
They had a medic treat me after I got put in here.
Ah, okay. Well, at least they're making sure to take care of you, make sure you're healthy and well. Do you know why they took you?
So here's what happened from my point of view. I was still inside of the barrier, so I figured I was safe.
Alright.
I was gathering some herbs and some berries and some other things that the town and we could use. And when
Did you have
I was,
someone with you like you should have?
he kind of pauses for a second. I was only going to be out for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I was in the barrier, so I didn't want to get one of the guards.
You know we don't let people go wandering past the gates without someone accompanying them. It's for everyone's safety.
I know. I didn't want to. I didn't want to be a burden on them when I was just gathering some quick supplies. I thought
I
2, 3
understand.
minutes in and out.
I understand. But and I know everyone, even you, are very competent in that town. I have done the best I can to make sure that if something were to happen to me, the town would still be safe. But still, part of that is the rules, making sure everyone is out there in pairs if they're out there. I'm just glad you're not more hurt than you are. Anyways, continue with your story, please.
So I was doing everything when I hear someone yell "heretic" at the top of their lungs, and I think I also heard a scream inside town as well. I think I actually heard your name being yelled at the time.
That would have been Fuko.
Oh, yeah, that tracks. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, I'm getting blindsided, by an aura blast. Got thrown into a tree. I swear, I think I broke one of my legs, and then I just start getting battered, while I'm on the ground, and then next thing I know, I'm being dragged off, being called a worshiper of abominations and monsters, and then I'm here.
So you know pretty much about as much as I do at this point.
I think it was a Lucario that hit me.
That would track with the Aura Blast. Well, I'm here to see about getting you home safe and sound, but I also need to speak with the one who took you just so I can straighten this out and perhaps, hopefully, prevent it from happening again.
He nods slightly. I wouldn't mind that, and I'm sorry for the trouble I'm causing you. As he
Hey.
gives a very sheepish smile.
Look, I would go out of my way to make sure you are safe every time. I care about you. Like I care about everyone else in the town. You know how much I work for this.
He nods.
Just in the future, please. Follow the rules, stay safe. I'm gonna get you out of here. Whether that is diplomatically I get you out of here, or I have to force my way out of here with you. Either way, I will get you out of here.
He nods his head slowly.
Thank you. For now, I suppose we wait till the hunter arrives. He's already been sent for. And Kin settles down beside the cell and waits.
So, as you are waiting, up, he looks over at you, Midnighting, smiles, and gives a little wave to you. Hey, Midnight, how are you doing?
Midnight will wave back. I can't complain. It's nice to get out of the village every once in a while, despite the circumstances.
He nods before looking at the two shadow Pokemon. It's like, hi?
Oh, yeah, Hunter's back. These are his shadow friends.
Oh,
He's got one for each of us.
They just stare on menacingly.
Hi there, Hunter. Welcome back. Everyone missed
There is
you.
no response.
He's been gone for a year, so there's some things that need to be worked out with Hunter.
He nods. And a few minutes later, there is a knock at the door before it opens, and a Lucario wearing very, very fancy, yet it is very fancy looking, yet it looks very practical as well. The armor looks to be almost silver, and it is very, very pretty to look at. And the person wearing it, a Lucario, just comes marching on in.
As he comes in, I go and stand up and give a polite nod. Hello.
He pauses for a moment, looks you up and down, notices your pendant before he bangs a hand against his breastplate in greeting and bows his head. Hello there, brother.
Notices your pendant, woo woo.
How fare thee?
A fairly good day. Yourself?
I've had worse. Came here following the traces of this Absol. Is my understanding that he's been detained for being a heretic?
Yes, I detected him when I was on patrol, and I did my duty. I captured him, brought him here, had his wounds treated, and he will await judgment to atone for his crimes and sins.
What did he do to warrant being labeled a heretic?
He kind of pauses for a moment before grinning. Tess. You can hear him mutter under his breath. Of course, of course. When I was on my patrol, I detected corruption in the area, and I sought to see what it was. I sensed a divine barrier shielding a community nearby, and I believe that this heretic infiltrated the barrier using his mortal nature in order to protect himself. But I could still smell the corruption that was on him, and thus I sought to safeguard that community as well as bring this heretic to justice and to hopefully, if all goes well, Arceus watches over us. He shall be redeemed and welcomed as a member of our community so that he may bask in the light of Arceus and know that his soul and his life belong to something that is greater than himself so that he may do good with it.
What is your name, if I may?
I am Luca,
Luca.
brother.
Luca. Brother Luca. Sorry, I suppose it'd be polite to give mine as well. I am Kin. Brother Luca, that community you happened upon is my town. And you didn't think perhaps you might want to report the corruption that you found to the nearby authority that he might be a part of, or or nearby community he might be a part of.
He pauses for a moment. You said Kin, yes?
Yes, that is my name.
The High Father speaks very highly of you from the days before.
The days before.
Before these abominations began walking the world and Arceus' blessings preserved us.
What year is it?
He gives the year. It's the year that you would expect.
Okay. So no time travel shenanigans. Okay. However, something to note when dragging this.
We had the 5-year time skip.
Yeah. Or
It was 1 year.
The year long time skip.
Yeah. When dragging this quote unquote heretic back, you did travel through a portal. At least I had to travel through said portal to get here. Do you suppose you might have been in a different world or a different dimension?
No, it is Arceus' blessings that preserve our hiding place here. And it ensures that this area remains pure and untouched by those corrupt abominations that prowl the outside. We open doorways to go out to face that corruption when necessary and to hunt for heretics as well as those who are in need of aid.
All right. Well, what was his name again?
Luca.
All right, Luca.
Silencio, Bruno.
Brother Luca, I'm afraid we do have a mild problem here. Soul here is under my protection. And so by taking him, if I'm going to have any trouble taking him back, you are going to be incurring my wrath too. Am I going to have an issue with you and yours?
My greatest apologies. I did not mean to provide offense to you. all of us
I
look up to the stories that we have heard of you, and the divine wrath that you have brought down upon your enemies, and the unclean are legendary.
I understand the position you guys are coming from, and I am trying to be as respectful as I can. So this won't be an issue then?
I cannot say that for certain. It is not my call about what is to be done with your companion, the heretic here.
All right. I assume you can smell the corruption like I can.
All of us
Right.
can. It is a divine gift from Arceus.
Do you still smell corruption on Soul here?
Faintly, yes.
And what about my other friend here? My
He,
squire.
he pauses and looks at Midnight. He leans forward and sniffs. I can detect it on him as well, though I assume since he is with you, he is attempting to redeem himself.
The world in which we live has corruption near everywhere. Soul's level of corruption is no more than what would be the background corruption that exists beyond the barrier that protects my town. These are not heretics, or at least one of them's not a heretic, and the other is being redeemed.
Hi.
So, who do I need to talk to about getting Soul back?
You would need to talk to the High Father.
How quickly can you bring him here to talk to me?
I can go bring him here immediately.
Good. Do so, please.
He will nod and then quickly scamper off.
Thank you.
And now you have a few minutes.
Chain of command, bureaucracy, you gotta love
That was fun.
it. Fun. That's a word for it.
I kept thinking he was gonna sniff out my corruption and I'd end up in the cell with Soul.
No. You've got my protection. You'll be fine.
Squires don't get thrown in a sale. They get told to do better.
Don't worry. Hopefully, you won't have any dark tidings come for you.
True. Also, I do gotta say, this is why Shade always asks if they're middle management first.
Yeah.
Am I speaking to the upper echelons, or
I
are you
require
just...
the presence of the board of directors.
But I do now know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I know what led to the situation.
See, I'm afraid about what's going to happen next, though. So I'm hoping things don't explode.
Is it Psy? Tell me
No.
it's not Psy.
It's not
Okay.
Spy.
Okay.
That would be...
If it were Psy, this would probably turn to bloodshed immediately.
It's not Spy.
Ken would get that look in his eye. You!
No, I am still worried that the response is going to happen.
It's gonna be fun.
As the door opens and a Infernate dressed in a very fine white suit with a cane and a holy symbol of Arceus around his neck comes walking in.
Oh dear.
An Infernate.
Yes, an Infernate.
Would this be someone I recognize?
It's been about a year, but yeah, you kind of recognize him a little bit.
What's
You
his
motherfucker, you're lucky I'm
name?
not here.
Remind me, because I got a lot of notes and I'm not sure where
Clark?
it is. Clark. Clark.
He tips his hat to you.
Wait. Are we talking Clark as in
Kurt,
Shade's
Kurt,
friend?
you named the guys. Why do you keep mixing up their names? Clark's the cannibal.
Oh, sorry.
This one was Ashton.
Ashton. I have
Aw.
mixed up.
Oh,
Ashton's the bigger
Ashton?
threat.
He
I'm
tips his hat to you.
sorry. Well, it has been a while.
You can say that as he walks over and sits down. He's just got his cane resting, like he's got one leg crossed over the other, the cane just resting on basically the middle of his lap, just kind of drumming his fingers on it. Like,
so,
yep, I was waiting for this conversation.
So you're the High Father here.
Yep.
How did that happen?
Very
How'd you
carefully.
How did you get a town of fanatics seemingly stored in a pocket dimension or something? How'd that happen? I gotta know now. You've piqued my curiosity.
So, after things went foobar, I went my separate ways because I'm fucking terrified of what was let out. And I decided the best way to protect myself was a wall of highly trained, highly effective fanatics. So, I know a little bit of sorcery. I made a bit of a protoplane here, It's not that large, but it's able to, if you know the way, you can open up a gateway back into the normal world. It's mostly like a bunker, you could call it. My emergency bunker. Big enough for this town and crops and, the like to be done. And
Right.
I began to gather the strongest, best, and most fanatical Pokemon devoted to Arceus that I could find and bring them here. The faith helps to sustain everything going on.
So you would be the source of underlying corruption I've been smelling.
Also, probably because of the sorcery that I use, not necessarily the best thing here to do it.
No, it definitely has a tendency to leave that sentence.
But I will say, I'm not out to cause harm or anything. As you can see, my people are very much fanatical to Arceus, and
taking my people for sacrifices.
was not
Let's
intentional.
Try to keep
I'm
things
sure it
civil,
wasn't.
Kin.
Now, if it's all right, I'll be leaving with Soul here, and assuming there are no issues, we can leave with no blood spilt, no feelings hurt. I won't even mention you to Shade.
He nods. Nothing would please me more, honestly. I have absolutely no intention to cause any harm whatsoever to you. This is my bunker against the fucker who is currently running around, basically about to try to destroy your world.
Cool. Hey, and as a personal favor, if you wouldn't mind, perhaps including in the training for your fanatics, reporting heretics to the local authorities before taking them back here.
That
Wouldn't
I'm afraid that one can't happen just because, again, we're trying to make sure that Sebastian doesn't find out about us if we can avoid it.
all right. but I would really rather avoid having to come and have this talk with you again should another of my people go missing.
I give you my word. Anything happens to any of your people, I will make sure that they are released and sent back.
Cool. Then we can leave on peaceful terms then. Thank you for your cooperation. Now
Of
if we may
course.
get Soul out of the cell and I can escort him out.
He nods and gets up, walking over, gets out a key, puts it in, click, and opens it.
Will I be needing someone to open a portal back, or would that portal still be open?
I can have one of my people open a gateway for you.
Taldarius,
Or I can do it myself.
thank you so very
Thank
much
you.
for that tip.
The joke was worth it.
Thank you so much.
All right. And we leave. Does anything else happen between getting Soul out of the cell and the portal back out?
Nope. You guys are allowed to leave, and you step out of the portal right next to the town.
Cool. And head back to town.
A resplendent offering.
$60 Razim contract.
Tochemay, thank you as well so very much for that support. Thank you both so much. It means the world to me. That is the tip goal fully completed. Thank you.
Oh,
Huzzah.
happy fun times.
And thank you, Midnight, for your assistance on finding Soul and then getting him back safe.
Anytime.
But what is everyone else doing as Kin and Midnight slowly return back to town?
Brooding.
Hunter has become Batman.
Rude, dramatically.
Mm.
Working on the library.
Okay.
He does mention the shadow. Hunter, if you ever want something to read, let me know. I could probably find it for you. And it just gets back to working.
Also, Hunter,
As
you
Shale
just
is
made
just being watched by a shadow Shale.
Yeah, I know.
Hunter, you just made me think of I want to curse out DC at the moment because what they did to basically all of the animated universes from like 2010 and before.
Oh?
Yeah, canon wise, the Super Friends, Justice League Unlimited, Batman, the animated series, Batman Beyond, Teen Titans, all of them now have a canonical ending of getting vaporized and everyone dying in that world.
What?
Yep. That has just happened in the most recent movie they put out. All of those universes are now completely erased and gone. Everyone on those worlds are dead.
What a dark side get frisky or something? I don't know.
Anti-Monitor. They're doing Crisis of Infinite Earths.
Okay. Yeah, that would do it.
But like we actually saw the universes. Like we saw the Super Friends from like the 1980s, early 1990s. We saw Batman the Animated Series. That was the actual last line of Batman's voice actor. He did a thing for that. We saw Justice League, the Watchtower and everything get vaporized. We saw Teen Titans and the Titans Tower get wiped out. And it's just like, really? This is what you're doing to our childhood? You're just deciding to say, yes, canon-wise, we're just saying this is how all of those shows ended now.
They've done that before, sadly.
it upset me. It upset me a little
Just a
bit.
bad
And
taste.
Understandable.
Hunter saying he was brooding reminded me. It made me think of Batman, and then it's like, oh, I just watched that, and I am sad now.
To be fair, DC has just been floundering and flopping around like a dead fish for how long now?
Well, okay, the thing with
Yeah.
DC has been shit at making movies and shows, but they're still better comic books. Which is very sad to see, because the comic books they put out are legitimately better than Marvel's comic books, and I know because I read both. But all the shows and movies are trash now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry for that. What else is everyone doing?
Let's see.
Yeah, you go, Cobalt.
Cobalt would at this point I guess he'd just be training right now.
Okay.
Like, it's never gonna stop. You'd probably be like using the magic training dummy that he got to and pretty much just fight whatever he can think of that would be a good matchup for him.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Let's see. But now a question. Shade, what are you up to?
Coming hot off the presses after successfully actually managing to kind of bitch out Fuko. And it kind of working, which at that point he honestly expected it was not going to work, but then it kind of did, so props for that, I guess. He's going to basically like spend a couple of minutes like calming himself down a bit and like effectively dragging up the courage to have a serious conversation back to back.
What heresy is this?
Because he has been putting off this conversation with Bararu like for days at this point, and has been taking every opportunity to do literally anything else.
Okay.
But now his options are effectively randomly try and follow Kin and Midnight to wherever the fuck they went, but he doesn't know how to like. He's not the best tracking. That isn't exactly his specialty, so no bueno on that. Or go talk to Bararu.
Shade tracks by just getting rid of everything in his path.
No, Shade tracks by finding someone who knows where it's at and asking them. What? Okay, look. He was tracking
Shade's
down.
tracking is social, not
Shade's tracking is, hey, do you know how to get here? And he doesn't know what quite to do when they're like, yeah, it's at the corner of get and a map.
To be fair, he did also just spend a like basically 10 out of 12 months of the year tracking down a teleporting building. So learning how to track footprints was not exactly, or the movement of organic things was not exactly anything he even thought about doing, because it was completely useless. He was trying to track a teleporting building. Also, yes, he is still salty about that teleporting building.
Oh, stupid teleporting building.
Well, now he's salty for a different reason, but But yeah, he's gonna spend a couple minutes basically just kind of in the alley, because he kind of like dragged Fuko down like an alley effectively to have the conversation. And he's gonna basically just be like, I don't want to go have this conversation. But I need to go have it. I need to go have it. He deserves to have it. Fuck. I am not good at this. Well, I guess it's. I'm gonna have to go do it. I'm just going to go do it. And but he is going to go towards where he heard Barara's bakery was, because he has been deliberately avoiding not only like that building but also the entire area around it, so he doesn't like see it. And kind of take a little bit of the long way around, but not like avoid, and just more like give me a little bit more time to think.
All right. Okay. So it doesn't take long for you to discover the bakery. It's quite busy, people coming and going.
All right. How big is the building anyway?
It's a fairly decent sized building, not like super large, but it's a good sized bakery. You can smell the scent of bread and other baked goods.
This is not a good smell to shade.
There's also cinnamon rolls, monkey bread, and other tasty goods as well.
This is not helping him feel better, Kerr.
Who said I was trying to make him feel better?
True. Big true. But yeah, so he's not gonna go in through the front entrance because first of all, this shit busy. But also he doesn't exactly want to have this conversation publicly. So he's gonna see if there's like a back door.
There is, yes.
Alright, is it locked?
Yep.
Alright. He can make some pretty thin projection things. Can he try and lockpick it? Because he does know how to lockpick.
Sure, go for it. What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? He's not physically touching it, at least. Or at least himself.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, if it pisses off Bararu and gets him to come out back, mission accomplished. Alright. So this will be 16. Wow, no 10s and all that. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
So you're lockpicking
6
instead of
successes.
knocking.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we have a click on 1, a click on 2. There's a binding on 3. Click on 4, and click on 5. All right. Looks like we were very easily able to open this lock. As you can see, friends, it looks like this lock isn't that good. Sorry,
All right.
I couldn't help
I
but
did
quote the
not-
lockpicking lawyer there.
I did not invest in master lock level locks. My locks would be better than that.
Look. He didn't invest in master lock level locks. That's why he actually had to use a lockpick.
Yeah, he did. Don't you know?
Instead of opening it with another lock.
Yeah.
The easiest way to pick a master lock is to use another master lock.
Just smack it with another master lock.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what you do.
Shade having to actually fashion himself a set of lockpicks is absolutely it's a sign that you didn't invest in master lock.
What?
All right. And just because he's not just gonna waltz right in. He's also gonna have his projection cross over the barrier real quick. To see if there's any, because he doesn't want to. He is technically speaking breaking into a god's building right now, so he's not going to be as blasé as he normally is.
So are you just going in? Are you actually opening the door and everything?
Well, part of the picking process does involve turning the lock.
No. I mean, actually opening the door and going, opening it so you can see what's inside.
While stepping off to the side and being 15 feet or 10 feet away.
Okay. So when you open the door, what you see is a very nice looking bakery on the other side, and you can see a couple of Pokemon there, busy baking things. And no sign of Bararu here.
Well, if it's any sign of how much he does want to have this conversation, he's going to willingly walk into the back room, enclosed, probably like fairly enclosed back rooms, of a building that has food being made in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which he's not feeling good about. But he's going to, after, like, checking out to make sure it's okay, he's actually going to, like, sneak in.
So when you do, a couple seem to take notice of you, but they don't really say anything. And a few minutes later, you hear movement as Bararu opens the door to the office that you went into and steps in.
Okay, first off, I promise I didn't mess with anything.
I figure. How are you doing?
Well, I found out that you got out of the temple.
He nods.
I don't really know how else to say this. I'm just gonna say I'm actually really kind of sorry that I wasn't able to make it inside of the temple ever.
You're fine. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm aware, and I'm proud of you for the attempts.
Well, it's not even just that. It's that apparently, like, I spent all that time doing that, mostly because I kind of heard about how, despite everything, you kind of trusted me to help. And it feels really weird and awkward just even trying to say anything like this, but people seem to trust me despite me telling them not to, because I am a bad person. I know very well that just how bad of a person I am. And I'm not even talking about my past as Sebastian and, all of that. I have to try really hard to not slip into my old habits. And then I find out that people are trusting me anyway, and I can't even damn well help them when I try to. Because apparently I also was the one that needed to go and find Hunter, who sequestered himself for a year, and if I could have just gotten into the temple, I could have done something there, at least made enough of a disturbance for you to get out, and then I could have been tracking down other people. I could have been tracking down my evil self that's out there somewhere. I could have at least tried to find Hunter. I know we didn't technically find him, but I can wander in the woods for a long time without it being a problem. And he looks like really bad right now.
He nods. I've heard stories.
Okay, about which part? Because there's kind of a lot there.
What Hunter looks like. Yeah, apparently he didn't necessarily take care of himself.
Yeah, he was sitting in a dark cave by himself, not moving, and having his shadows do everything for him. And I don't say this lightly.
He had his shadow friends.
Yeah, Shay does not accept this as as a replacement. I mean, he will when Hunter's around, but you know,
Does not count.
and then he's just gonna go, and it's just every time someone actually relies on me for something, I can't actually help them. And
And
yeah,
what
he's
makes you think
he's not
that?
doing too good. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
And what makes you think you can't help them?
Because I damn well just wasted an entire year. I couldn't keep Sebastian, and I couldn't stop him from going around and doing whatever, because he had more control than I did in certain circumstances. And I couldn't stop him, or else he'd kill everyone. Or at least, you know, kill enough of them. Then he literally takes half the body and leaves. And then I decide, well, at the very least, I can go to a place that I know where it's at and help someone who apparently was calling my name for help. I can at least do that, right? And then I can't. I go where I'm supposed to. I even bring the damn cat with me in case the Guardians still wanted a cat and it was a requirement to be let in. If there even
Cat
were the
pokes his
Guardians.
head.
Yeah, whatever. And I just... I try to do that. I get there, and then the damn thing teleports away, and I spend the next 10 months unsuccessfully trying to catch up to it until finally I find it in ruins. I did nothing. I wasted an entire year.
I don't think you wasted a year. You learned quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I learned how much it sucks for me to fight demons. I didn't learn how to use the sword, I learned how to, like, work around it. The most other stuff I learned was the stuff like how to navigate in the woods, and I don't know, like, just getting physically stronger from constantly being on the move. I didn't actually do anything. Nothing I did actually mattered. I couldn't help anyone that actually was relying on me. I couldn't stop anyone from doing whatever they wanted to do. I did nothing.
I feel like you just listed off quite a few useful things you picked up and learned.
Yeah, over an entire year. That is all that I managed to do, and none of it was on purpose. The only stuff I learned how to do was pretty much on accident. So, I guess, just, I'm sorry I couldn't, you know, I'm sorry I couldn't live up to whatever you thought I could manage to be.
Is that what this is about? You more than lived up to what I was hoping you'd be.
It's not just about you, it's that I'm trying so hard and I can't do anything. I quite literally couldn't even stop myself. Like, quite literally, my old self managed to get away from me, and I haven't been able to track him down either. Who knows what he's doing? I half want to know. On the other half, I already kind of know what he's going to be doing. And, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. There's a couple different things he could be doing. But no matter what it is, I don't know how to stop it. He's going to gain influence no matter what. We used to be really good at that. I specifically act abrasive and mess with everyone, so that way I don't accidentally schmooze up to them and act nice and likable, getting ready to betray them again.
He nods as he listens to you.
So I don't know what to do. I don't know what I should be doing. Because everything I just tried over the past year, again, you seem to think differently. It didn't do anything. I did nothing.
So, let's say that is the truth. For the sake of this discussion, let's say what you're saying here is all true. So, what do you want to do about it? What are you hoping to do about it?
I don't know, something. I don't even know what it is I want to do because I spend so much time and effort and focus just on what I don't want to be. I don't want to be an evil bastard that takes advantage of everyone. Because, that's all I did my previous life. That is literally all I did. I mean, granted, I was I think I was medically a psychopath back then, but it's still all I did. I had an entire life, and all I did was make things worse. And now that I decide to make things better, I can't do it. What am I supposed to do? The most I can do is not make things worse.
He nods slightly. He pauses as though trying to think of like what exactly he wants to say here. I don't think you've wasted your time trying to be better. I feel like trying to be better is something that every Pokemon should attempt to be.
And I don't even think it's working that much. Because again, the best I can do is not do things. Because even while having this conversation, I've already thought up multiple ways that I would try to take advantage of even you. Right now. And I constantly have to push it away, going, no, we're not doing that anymore. But I still think it. It has been over a year. It has been a year and 2 months since I was reborn in a new world. And I can't even manage to actually change my initial thoughts. The best I can do is patch job it.
He kind of looks at you for a moment. What you're dealing with and what you're upset about, this is something that everyone deals with. And maybe not to this as severe of a case as you are, but you are still choosing to do good rather than to cause harm. Regardless of if you are having these bad thoughts, you are still choosing to not act upon them. What more could someone ask of you? You are attempting to be a better person.
Or all of this is new to me. I literally didn't feel this one time in my entire previous life. This is all new to me. I don't know what I should be doing. I keep telling people that I'm not a good person, that they shouldn't trust me, because why should they? I constantly think about ways that I can take advantage of a situation or betray them just to see the look on their faces, and I constantly have to tell myself no. They shouldn't trust me. It takes one time, me not squashing it down fast enough, and I'd ruin their life. Why would they trust me? And even when they do it against everything, and I try my best to help them, I can't do it. I can't. I don't know what. I just don't know what I can even do at this point.
He seems to consider what you're saying here. You don't understand why they would trust you despite everything that you could possibly do and all the evil and cruel things that you think you want to do to them and such.
Well, like I said, I already thought of multiple ways, including one that I think would work pretty damn well in order to try and get at you in a conversation like this. Or even just talking to you, like, just... I'm talking full situations like, you know, pretending to be someone else with my ability as best I can in hopes that you don't recognize me and taking advantage of you that way. And I just... Berard, do you have any idea how bad it used to be?
He nods.
And then I think you know why I'm so worried about doing any of that again.
I need to step away for a few minutes. Be back ASAP.
Yep.
Okay. I can understand where your fear is, yes.
So I just wanted to come here again to apologize because I don't think I can live up to whatever it is that you actually believed in.
But you are living up to it. You are attempting to be a better person. And I am proud of you for it.
Marar, you wanted me to help, and I couldn't.
And I don't expect perfection. I expect you to mess up. I expect you to make mistakes. I expect you to fail at times. I expect you to possibly backslide. I don't expect perfection. I expect you to be mortal. The wonderful, wonderful mortals that you are.
Instead of acting on your emotions, you told me about them.
Or do you really think I count? Let's be real here. I think I'm kind of in a gray liminal space when it comes to that whole mortal thing.
No, you are very much mortal.
Marar, this is no less than the... I think if you count going back and forth, I've lived in a total of 5 worlds by this point, and I have died in at least one of them.
Your point?
Normally if you're mortal and you die, you're dead.
Is that what you believe?
That's...
As he just gives you a little cheeky grin.
I forget. Does Shade know that Kim came from another world?
He knows he came from another world. He didn't know that he died.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he's just gonna look at Bararu and go, the word mortal literally it has the meaning of death in it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. I think at this point, do I even age?
Yes.
Okay, well I could age, but then I could use my ability and it physically changes me So then I'd go back to a younger state if I
He,
used my ability.
he nods.
So
That is correct.
I don't think, like, my lifespan, so long as I'm not, like, you know, killed in battle or something, or like from some sort of degenerative disease or whatever that one god will end up making, probably count as, like, isn't one definition of it literally like limited immortality if you don't age correctly?
He gives
I
a
don't-
small shrug.
I don't think I technically count. Like, I think, again, I think I'm in a gray space when it comes to this.
In all the ways that matter, you are mortal.
Okay, well, I just... Because that's another thing. I've also been thinking about how I'm going to probably outlive everyone, which isn't fun to think about, even though I've only known them for, you know, a bit over a year. Because it ain't like I can help them with that. I can't use my ability on other people without them dying horribly.
For now.
Okay, look, Burr, I'm trying to be a better person. I can't capture and try and use this on other people without them dying. So I don't think I'm ever going to improve on this front because, again, they die horribly and in agony. I am not trying to do that.
Well, who says you can't still practice healing smaller things and being careful about it?
Here, heal this stick.
Horar, me, the way that I deal a little bit of damage when someone touches me nowadays is by using my ability very quickly on a very limited level, and it still brings them into excruciating pain. It's useful, so I have to kind of use it, but I don't have a good way of going about all this. I guess that's a good summation of everything. I don't have a good way of doing anything. The best way that I could do things is neutral.
What do you mean by neutral?
I mean, with everything. I mean, the best that I can do instead of doing things that horribly hurt people is mildly inconvenience them. It's neutral in comparison, but it doesn't really help. I can try to not be an awful person that ruins everything around me, but being a good person isn't working, so at best neutral there. I
I
don't...
believe you have been trying to be good.
What'd you say?
I believe you've been trying to be good.
Yeah, and it hasn't been working. At best, what I could do. It's about what I could do. I could try to be good all I want. I'm not actually doing it.
He seems to consider that. It seems like you just need a little bit of... He pauses for a moment. I think you are the one being the hardest upon yourself. I think you have been trying to... I think you are trying to hold yourself to too high of a standard.
So you're saying I should lower my standards on how good of a person I should be?
No, I think that you are trying to be a good person and you are succeeding in doing it with the way you've acted.
I mean, again, I don't agree with that, and I don't agree with any of this. I'm not even good at apologizing, apparently, because I was just trying to come here to apologize for not being able to help you, and now it's turned into this.
I think you've been doing fine. He opens his arms to offer you a hug.
He's gonna go, you know I don't... You know I actually kind of hate it if people do that, right?
He nods. That's why you don't have to take it if you don't wish to. It's your choice.
All right, and then he's gonna think about it for like, you know, a couple of seconds, and then go, well, I don't want to do it, but I think doing things that I don't want to do is probably a good first step for moving away from the things I do want to do. Especially because I think I think you got some bit of yourself banking on this as well, I guess, so sure. He's not going to be very enthused about it, but he's going to undo his Zora thing and actually give Aurora a hug.
He will smile and happily give you a hug.
It's going to be like very awkward and like kind of like a pat.
Baby steps. But he is proud of you. Do 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 do. Bararu is proud of you. You get one cookie.
Yay.
Shade is still not going to eat that cookie. He ate one of Bararu's cookies once. It was okay, but like food from other people still kind of just straight up makes him nauseous, so.
You're right. Bararu should make you some soup.
He's still got the Bararu berries, so.
He does have the Bararu berries, like notably, which is the one thing he has eaten in the past year. He has literally eaten nothing but these berries.
He has become a Bararu berry. He's eaten so many.
All will be Bararu berries.
Look, it's the one food he can convince himself to eat. Like, the only other thing that he would also eat is things like normal pecha berries.
Because they can't be poisoned?
Because they can't be poisoned.
As someone figured... oh god. As Sebastian figured out how to poison the Petra berry.
Probably not, considering it's kind of like a semi-magical effect.
You doubt
But
that he would try to
will
do
try.
so?
Oh no, I'm just saying he probably wouldn't have figured out a way, considering he's probably busy with other things.
Hey, it's
do you want to know my current number one guess ever since I handed off things to Kerr 100%?
What?
Well, there's currently a person missing from their post as God of Destruction, so there's a little bit of unclaimed divinity he could go after.
Oh my.
That's my best guess.
I cannot confirm or deny.
You know, God of Despair, Death, Destruction in the end.
You're giving him ideas.
Sebastian tends to like.
Oh, please, go on, go on.
I knew what I was doing.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you.
This is a narrative device, possibly known as foreshadowing.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. Also, yes, Beerus, Ship of Theseus was Shade himself. He like 0% of his body. I mean, first of all, originally because it got remade when he went to a new world, 100%. But also, ever since then, considering the whole regeneration thing, he has gone through his entire body multiple times at this point, probably.
Is it really Shade?
No, it's the better version of him.
Yeah, it's a. To be fair, Sebastian might not be even going by Sebastian at this point, considering Sebastian wasn't even his original name. It was just the last name he went as.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. So, there's that. So it's also he's also on like his fourth name that he remembers.
He's now going by Steve.
Oh no, I'm saying
Yes.
Shade is like the
Steve.
fourth name. It's like Shade is like the fourth name. But yeah, no. So he's like Shade is kind of like is looking fucking awful still, and is gonna go back to being a Zora as he kind of like leaves.
You're fine. You're fine.
Zebarar like yelling after him.
You're fine!
Yeah, no, Shade is totally 100% fine right now.
I don't see why you wouldn't be, right?
He has totally internalized the message Barara was trying to give him. 100%.
That he is a good boy. 100% no chill!
Well, yeah, that's Barara's job. He's the ice guy. And Shade is just gonna mumble to himself as he leaves, just going, I'm gonna have to apologize to Hunter too when he gets better.
Shay just has his list of mons to apologize to. It's kind of short.
It's kind of short, but it's also longer than it has ever been in his entire life.
He's trying to be good. He is a good boy.
To like
He's on his
No.
10. He's on his 10-step program. Now he's apologizing to everybody that he's wronged.
Oh, if he's gonna have to do
Oh,
that,
no.
he's gonna be there for the next few centuries.
This is a this is totally the your redemption tour.
I mean, Shade feeling bad about everything he used to do and trying to redeem himself was already a planned character arc thing, so I mean, yeah. That was already the plan. He is trying to go on his redemption arc, and he is very much so not happy with his progress towards the redemption arc.
Because
How do
Shay
people deal with
wants things to be measured in giant strides. It doesn't take notice of the small things.
Yeah, this is the guy who literally shit-talked the god of despair to his face. His measure of acceptable levels of progress is probably kind of skewed.
Just a tad.
Yeah, probably.
More than likely, yes.
You'll be fine. You're fine.
Is by small and simple means.
Also, if Kin could have thoroughly have seen what Shade's day was today, he would probably be so proud of Shade.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Ken would
He
have
would
that
be
twinkle
like-
in his eye.
He would just be like, "This is everything I ever wanted to see in Shade."
And
there was during that conversation between Shane and Bararu, I'm sitting here with responses that Kin would give, and I'm like, I can't say anything. I'm not there.
I'm so proud of him.
And now that he's done that, he's probably just gonna go hang on the roof of Midnight's Inn for a while.
The brooding spot.
It's not exactly brooding per se, because at this point he's kind of just trying to at least make a list of people he really does need to track down.
Brooding / contemplating spot.
Yep. Sebastian has his name written like 5 times at the top, and then after that it's Ashton and Clark. And then Sebastian.
There's Sebastian again.
He doesn't have a lot of people he actually needs to find. He's more just doing this because he's like, I need to focus on this.
Hey, you're fine. You are fine. I don't know what you're talking about. You're doing great.
Shay does not accept this.
More energy. You see me more fabulous.
Also, Bararu totally didn't see a little bit, not one bit of himself struggling with the whole he has to destroy things, but he just wants to help in that conversation. 0%, right, Kerr?
Mm-hmm.
Not related.
Bararu does do his thing, though. Do you know why? You know the way Bararu still fulfills his purpose? He destroys ingredients.
Lamau.
And then he destroys this delicious bread so that it may never be seen again. And all of these baked goods, the great cinnamon rolls of justice, are shattered before him.
He's destroying people's appetites by filling stomachs.
Exactly, and all the baked goods that he's destroying as well.
Yeah, but you know,
Not appetites, hunger.
I was more talking about like the internal conflict thing of I don't want to be an evil asshole that ruins everything.
You're fine. Being evil's fun.
That's
That's kind of the part of the problem there, Kerr. He does find being evil extremely fun.
He just has to be the right evil.
Yeah, which is why he is focused very hard, very, very hard on being a bit of a mischievous menace instead of actually ruining anything. Unironically, when I made the character in the first place, that is why he gave so many off-color, random, and like inane threats that he would carry out. It's specifically him thinking I'm going to like, you know, ruin this person's life, and going no, backstep, hold it, no, bad. Tells an innkeeper that he's going to break in the middle of the night and shorten one leg on every table and chair. Actual threat.
You know what I'm now thinking of for Sebastian's theme? It feels so good to be bad from All Dogs Go to Heaven 2.
I really like the lyrics from Royal Deluxe's Bad. Just so everyone knows, the literal opening lyrics of it was, I made the devil run, I gave him poison just for fun, I had one friend, now there's none, I made the devil run.
You just want to give hugs, right?
Oh yeah, no, true. He totally just wants to help you. That's why you should listen to his pitch about how he's gonna, you know, there really is a market for baked goods in, you know, trying to, you know, try and recover the world, considering, you know, there's all this stuff about, you know, there's all these travel rations that people are going to have to go when they're out exploring, trying to cleanse areas. And there's the fact that, you're going to have some real brand recognition. So, all you got to do is let me help and give you a couple of ideas at times. And, I'll help spread the word about you, your bakery, all this sort of stuff. And totally, you should trust me.
I trust you. I think you just need more hugs.
But yeah, no. Is Brussel up to anything?
Yeah. Probably breaking a leg of somebody.
The perfect thing from evil person trying to be better, Brussel just cutely destroying someone's life.
Yeah. Medical team hasn't been doing good enough on my people.
Please, sir, I have a wife and children.
You can still get around.
No, please, I can do better. I can do better, sir.
Crack.
Oh, God. I'm just imagining just little Brussels sitting in a swirling chair with his vines wrapped around a guy's leg.
Turns out Brussel had found a traitor. No. Because all the actual good doctors would be doing their jobs very well.
Which brings the question, how much have you been looking at the medical team recently?
I don't exist anymore.
Well, Kin's primary focus has probably been the guard. He has been, in essence, overhauling and improving every aspect in the town. Everything from security to medical to food to everything.
Focus.
Yeah, a little bit of a split focus, but he is. Kin is actually probably running himself ragged.
He needs more hugs.
You just read the thing I pinged you with.
Yeah.
I actually thought about the fact that Kin could say this quote to Shade forever ago, and that was my planned response.
He could. He actually could. He's probably not going to, not unless it becomes very, very applicable in a conversation he's having. But he could.
Again, I'm just imagining that, like Ethereal Kin is so upset that he's not there for this.
Yes! Advice and moral support is one of the things he does.
Yeah, he's like, no, he's fine. He was finally almost a person.
I'm so proud of him.
Don't worry. There's still the availability for Shade to have a thanks balls moment.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I just needed to assassinate Foxfeed real quick.
What?
He knows what I meant by that.
It's fine.
What?
Oh my gosh. Tal, you're awesome.
Yeah. Alright, continue on scenes.
This poor doctor is looking at Brussel as though he is Satan himself. Please, I'm doing my best. What more do you want from me?
I need to make sure that my people get taken care of first.
I'm taking care of everybody. Well, we're trying to.
Just remember, if they come in with my writ, to get treated first.
But we're supposed to treat the soldiers and the women and children first.
Did I stutter?
You have to understand, I'm keeping things running. So my people need treated first.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Excuse you? I'm keeping things running, though.
Not anymore.
Brussel
You
puts a
think you're the one
eye
keeping
wave
it
over
running.
his head. It is like, that's cute, Ken. That's real cute.
That's your head. You're the symbol for everything.
I'm true. Kin is the icon, but he's also busting his ass trying to keep things going.
Ken does deal with the worst part. The most unholy of all things. Paperwork.
Bureaucracy.
Things just need to work a little bit smoother.
He nods slowly. We'll do our best, sir. Please. I promise we can do better.
You can leave.
I can't move.
You can be shown out then.
He nods as he's basically dragged out. Yes, he fell down the stairs.
And guess where he's gonna be treated?
By Jarl?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's fine. Everything is perfectly fine.
For now.
It'd be a shame
Jarl or
if
Jow?
Jarl.
Jarl.
It'd be a shame if
So-
something happened to him after all.
The head doctor is still Joel, right? The
Yep.
the
Mhm.
haunter.
A haunter.
Okay.
Yep, it is.
Cool.
Though, let's see. Hunter, what are you up to right now?
Brooding.
Still?
I mean, he just came back from a year of complete isolation.
True. True.
He is not
What are
going
you
to
brooding
be
about, I should say?
nothing really. He is just sitting there in the dark, not doing anything. People are going to have to drag him out to get him to do anything, and even then that's going to be a pain. These kinds of things are not easy to deal with.
This is true. This is true. Let's see.
And it's not like he's got any ambitions or goals or anything that he wants to work towards right now. It's not like he could even attempt to go back to his old life of trying to be a bounty hunter right now when the entire world is taken over by demons.
I mean,
People would be willing to pay you for hunting demons.
The standing bounty is on demons.
Hunt them down
great.
and make them pay.
He could do that from the safety of his room in the inn.
With the shade.
as there is a knock on your door, Hunter.
I thought we left off with the door having been shattered.
Oh, yes.
It was replaced, only to be shattered again.
You want me to reroll to break it again?
No, you're good. As
Okay, I'll just break it anyway.
as
Stop
Hunter,
ringing my doors!
Hunter, there is a knock on the wall.
There is a wall of solid shadow covering the entrance, but he raises his head slowly.
Hello there. You here? Were you around Fuko at all? I'm trying to remember if you were actually around him.
I don't think so.
He was
Yeah.
all the way back because Fuka was there when, like,
Yes,
y'all
so
leading Hunter
you
back.
have heard his voice before.
What's more,
Yes.
Fuko also did check in with Hunter immediately after Hunter
Shade got him
was
set up,
settled, if I recall right.
Yeah, after
Mhm.
Shade got him set up, he immediately checked in with him.
Hey there, I wanted to bring you some lunch.
A slot opens in the darkness.
Would it be okay if I came in? We just want to make sure that you eat it and everything.
There is a very long pause of nothing changing. Before finally the door, the wall goes away.
The Charmeleon is holding a plate of lots and lots of food. All food, that I might add, is food that Hunter very much enjoys.
Hunter's just staring.
Hey there, how are you doing?
A weak shrug.
Been up to anything?
Three demon heads just come out of the darkness further into the room. Carried
Hey,
by
at least
shadows.
everyone has a hobby. He carries the plate over to you and sits down. So, it's cool to see you. I've heard a lot about you.
The shadows reach for the tray.
He doesn't try to stop you.
Well, they will start feeding him while he is still sitting there with his knees against his chest. Though at least he's clean now.
So, got any big plans or anything?
He shakes his head.
Anything you want to do?
He shakes his head again.
He kind of pauses as though, like, trying to kind of think. So, you got a lot of friends here, it seems.
There's the barest hint of anger on his face, and he shakes his head.
What do you mean?
Shadow versions of Shade and Cobalt appear and then dissipate.
Friends upset you?
A small nod.
He nods. I can't say I really know what you went through, but I know when I was younger and everything, I wasn't necessarily the best friend for people I knew. But it seems like they're trying to do better for you.
There's just a blank stare.
I mean, do you want things to get better with your friends?
Not friends.
They seem like friends. They care about you.
That gets another flash of anger.
What's wrong?
Not care.
They don't care?
A nod.
What makes you say that?
He gets a rather distant look and seems to be growling at nothing.
Hey, I don't understand what you're saying.
The
Can you help me understand?
The shadows in the room are growing very agitated.
I wouldn't mind trying to be your friend if you would maybe want one.
Have friend. And
You do?
he brings the shadow friends out.
These, I'm not sure if I would really call these friends.
Another growl.
These are just. He kind of pauses for a second. These are more like things that you're making. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but they're not necessarily like full real people.
Don't betray. Don't force. Don't hurt. The shadows are starting to press on the walls of the room very hard.
Hey, hey. It's okay.
Enough to start
Okay.
causing damage to the building.
My poor inn.
Hey, it's okay. Look at me. Just breathe. It's okay. You are okay. You're safe here.
Safe forest. Here betrays.
Not everything betrays. I know a lot of the people here missed you. I keep hearing him talk about you.
Yeah. God. Emperor.
No, just as Hunter, the Puchiana, their friend.
He does not respond to that, seeming lost in his own head right now.
Oh. I think you're fine just the way that you are. Would you maybe like to be friends? I'm trying to learn how to be a better friend myself.
Hunter does not seem to be listening at this point.
He just nods and kind of sits there with you for a little bit, uh, before eventually getting up to leave.
There is no response from Hunter. He doesn't even put the wall back up.
All right. Let's see. Let's go with our favorite Sandshrew. Where are you at right now?
Isn't this a fun group right now?
I know, right? Are we just
I'm
a ball
sorry.
of sunshine?
I'm
To be fair, we already
sorry.
kind of knew that that Hunter was gonna be sad, and then Shade was sad too.
Well, I mean, unless there's someone that pulled him off, he's still over at the library, just doing stuff to make sure stuff is working, or looking over stuff as stuff is done.
Shale's
All right.
entire personality when he's not sleeping is library.
What?
It's just
Library.
knowledge in different ways. Knowledge of the library, knowledge looking out the weather, which don't know how much he's doing right now, or I guess helping Jaw, one of the three.
You hear footsteps as you are in the library.
Coming towards me.
Yep.
Jail will turn towards the footsteps. Jail will turn towards the footsteps.
You see a Lycanroc grinning at you.
Does it look familiar?
He's nibbling on what looks to be a Squirtle's arm.
Oh no.
Don't know if I want to do that first, or if I want to, even though it may damage the library, because I don't really want to take any chances with this shit.
Hey there! As he waves the Squirtle's arm at you.
Before I say anything, how the hell are you in this place?
He smiles. That'd be telling.
What do you want?
Talk with ya? As he takes a bite out of the arm. Well, I got asked to bring you a message.
Okay, by who? Or is that
By a
some secret?
friend.
You mean Ashton?
Nope.
Alright, what? Alright, hurry it up, and down, get out after. Rather not have. Rather not make a mess of this place if I have to.
He grins. Alright, fine. Sebastian wants to talk to you guys.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Guessing you're giving a lead on where?
Yep, I know exactly where.
What's the meeting place?
He pulls out a letter.
Sorry. Look at it really quick. I think that doesn't got anything on it's gonna screw with me, is it? Does it?
Nope.
Take the letter.
Yeah, it looks like a normal letter.
Okay. He's not gonna open it yet. He's gonna take it to the honors first, I think. All right. Thanks. I guess. Are you good?
Hey, I'm just following what I was told.
All right. Well, unless you want to be in the middle of a sandstorm, get out.
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes! Rusk!
Oh God! What are you doing, kid? Oh no!
Oh boy.
But yeah, does he just sort of disappear at this point, or?
He waves before sauntering off between two bookshelves.
Yeah, we'll walk just to see if he just sort of disappears. Appears after he walks off. off, and if that's the case, he will immediately head straight to Kin and the others.
Yeah, when you go around the corner, he's not there.
Lovely. Kin's gonna love this.
Make a perception roll.
Sure.
Relevant influence here.
I'm gonna add a soul die to it since I have it in anyway.
Okay. Possibly I'll allow that. Let's see what happens.
2 and 3 and 1 and soul die. Okay. Yeah, three successes.
Yep, there's no sign of him. Before you hear a whoa, as you see a small hole get made in the roof of the library, and you see a lichen rock vanish into the distance.
He's blasting off.
He's blasting off again!
And with that shit, we'll go find Kin and the others. Kin is the first one he finds. He'll sigh and go, got a visit from Clark.
Is Kin back at this point, or is Kin still?
I thought it was, but
It would be right when Kin came back.
okay. And I'll pass the letter over since. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hi.
So,
What's up?
Clark.
Midnight grimaces at the name.
There's a little growl. What did he want?
Supposedly he's working with the other, I guess, so it's Sebastian, and he wanted to drop us a message for a meeting. And I passed the letter over. Or she'll pass the letter over.
Hmm.
Yes.
Let's get Shade. He's gonna know best whether or not I should even trust this letter.
That's fair.
Best to check on the roof at the inn. That's where he likes to hang out.
Yeah. Go by the inn. Look up to the roof.
Shade is definitely up there.
Yep.
Hey, Shade.
Oh, hey, Kin, you're back. Get any luck there?
Yeah, as you can see, managed to bring Soul back without too much difficulty. Things are taken care of. You're not going to be happy. Turns out Clark decided to talk to Shale and pass a letter along.
He's gonna freeze for a second and go, Clark was here?
Yeah, apparently Clark was here.
Yeah, he's already gone. He kind of punched. He left with pizzazz, and he just grumbles under his breath. Frickin' breaking a hole in the frickin' library. That stupid murder.
Team Rocket's blasting off again!
Okay, no, I definitely don't like that Clark was here, no. Especially considering he already left, and now I can't try and get him.
And what's more, apparently he was passing a letter from Sebastian.
And now he's definitely freezing for a second and going, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
I figure it's probably safest if you open this.
I don't think he'll be found a way to return the regeneration against us yet. So probably best if I do in case there's nasty surprises, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole host of things that can be done with letters. why I wanted to find you before I bothered opening it, if you'd please.
And Shade is gonna go ahead and open it. After, hopping down from the roof, probably like breaking a leg, repairing it.
You know we have a ladder, right?
Ladder's slower, this is important. And he's gonna, after getting down, healing himself up a bit, he's gonna open up the letter. He is already, like, before even grabbing it, he is already so prepared to just tell Kin to burn this fucking letter. But this is also his best chance at finding out where this Sebastian finally got off to, so he's not willing to throw it away entirely.
You know,
He was very
if
tempted to
Shade
go,
if Shade told Kin to burn it, Kin would.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, does the letter smell of corruption?
Yes.
I mean, it was around Clark, and it came from Sebastian, so I mean...
So, probably, but yeah. So, my nose is probably wrinkled the entire time.
This is the worst corruption you've ever smelled, kid. This is worse than, like, the swamp.
Ugh.
Yeah, you look like you're about to throw up.
Just give the word, and I'll burn that thing to a crisp. It smells awful.
Well, considering its originator, yeah, I could see that. He's just gonna open it.
Hey there! How you doing? I hope this letter finds you not dead. I hate for something to happen to you that, I didn't cause myself. So, I had a meeting in mind, and I'm so hoping that you'd be willing to attend. I would hate for anything to happen like what we talked about with your friends before, if you remember. Enclosed is a map, though, and I really, really hope that you'll take my invitation and come meet with me. I'd be very upset otherwise. But hey, maybe we can catch up for old time's sake, right? You and me, we could do a lot together.
Shade is just gonna frown and go, okay, yeah, no, he's literally trying to lie to me.
Yes, no, this is not a lie. And Shade is also just gonna be thinking, do you think I'm dumb? With the way we used to kill everyone is by planting explosives at meeting places. PSS. I know, those were great times when we planted those explosive at meeting places, wasn't they?
It's like it's an ongoing dialogue, but one-sided because the one knew what the other would
Well, I
be
mean,
thinking.
they both know how the other thinks, so I mean, it's not exactly that hard to carry on a conversation with yourself.
Exactly. I'm just imagining the others like reading a little bit ahead and going like, what the hell is he talking about here? And then Shay just says something and it's just like, oh. So, I'm glad we got all that worked out so far. Anything else I want to think?
No, Shay's gonna toss the letter away at that point. He's done with this shit. Although he is going to basically like sigh and then like look to the rest of the group and go, by the way, the thing he was talking about the rest of the group was if I told you guys who was in charge at the time, he was then going to break out of wherever you left him and then kill you in your sleep. I didn't exactly want you guys getting killed in your sleep.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
It's also kind of why I stayed away for a couple of months when, before he left.
Mm. So, do I burn it?
It has a map.
Do we save the map and I burn the rest?
He's gonna look and then kind of
Kid
look at
is
the paper.
just like,
It's just
burn
gonna
it.
go
Let me
like,
burn it. Let me burn
okay.
it.
Look, I'll say it this way: the map is going to stink just as bad as the rest of it.
Heavy sigh.
If you want to just burn it to feel better, then go ahead, I guess. But it's not going to help.
You know where the
Would
map points
would
pointing out?
Sebastian have contained any hidden information in the letter or the map?
Okay, so if there was any hidden information, it would just be something to make you waste your time, and then when you finally figure out what it is, it's basically just messing with you.
So we can literally just have the map copied over to a fresh sheet of paper and everything burned without losing anything of importance.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Cool.
It's
all right.
I mean, at most, he's just going to include little things that are going to mess with me when I look at it more. So,
all right. And I see about getting it copied before it gets burned, just because it stinks of corruption and needs to burn.
Look, okay. He is literally effectively all of the evil in me given power and made manifest. I mean, and there was a lot of that in there. Not to mention, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but remember how I said the book went missing? Yeah, the book that I had, it went missing. I wonder where it ended up.
Right.
Also, I feel the need to reiterate this. He also took my crystal. Well, I guess at that point it was still ours, but he took the crystal when he left. So he has had unfettered access to probably the book and definitely the crystal. And from what I know, he was planning on corrupting the shit out of that crystal.
So, what's the plan?
Well, we either completely ignore this, and he tries his best to, he alluded to it, but that's more than enough for me to count it as a promise, and I always follow through on my threats, so he will do his best to kill everyone here in their sleep. Or we could go there, and he did say that there's not going to be, well, I guess he didn't explicitly state it, so, I guess he kind of worked around that. So there also still might be explosives there. And also, we're going to a meeting with literally my evil half. It's not going to go well.
No, it won't.
He's going to try to backstab you, right? Of course. I expect equal and better backstabbing from you. A delightful game, isn't it?
Yeah, basically pretty much that. Where he's just going to be like, look, unless you can get him to actually phrase it as a promise, he ain't going to stick to it.
Right.
There's a reason that I'm banned from working with demons. Or at least, I guess, some demons. It's because in my past life, there were demons. Well, a demon. His name was Arnus. Kind of tried making a deal with him and scared him away. He didn't.
That sounds about right for you.
I don't think they liked the fact that I started making demands of the deal and basically started just completely hijacking the deal. Coincidentally, just after that deal fell through, I ended up turning the cult into a death cult.
Fascinating. Anyways, So again, Clark got in here. He could probably get in here somehow.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it'd be like the easiest thing to get in here.
Ken looks very annoyed at that, but accepts it with a nod.
Shade is just going to flicker through becoming like everyone around and then back to his Zora form. He still has this. He still absolutely has this.
The only reason I have any certainty he's not here now is because I don't smell him here, and that might just be because my nose is being blinded by the stench of this letter.
Well, there's also the fact he might have. I do know, at least vaguely. Hey kid. I don't mean to alarm you, but
Oh, no.
remember that fire we started in the capital?
Yeah.
The one that the holy fire? Yeah, he kept that going and experimented with it, and I don't know what he's done with that after. So
He kept why did he keep?
because
it's evil you. Of course
it
he
was
did.
evil me. Of course he kept it.
Of course he kept it. It was a potential resource.
And it was a risk, so, he wanted to also figure out a way to at least kind of get around it, if possible. Because the ability to regenerate doesn't matter much. If you have someone here with holy flames that can not be regenerated from. So
I can stop it.
I can stop it, so I know that he was planning on doing that. He actually had plans for a lot of you. But I do know that he did keep that going, kids. So don't just kind of light him on fire and expect it to work. It's probably not.
Or maybe it will work, and he hasn't found some way to counteract it.
I'm not saying
Who
not
knows?
to try and hurt him. I'm not saying not to try to burn him. But I'm just saying don't be
surprised if it doesn't work.
Especially considering pretty much around that time period, he was almost entirely in control, and he's actually the one who made the explosive fire grenades. That was actually all him. Oh yeah, by the way, Midnight, sorry, it was actually him who hit you in the head with the chair the original time. I just kind of kept that going because it was honestly pretty funny.
In any case,
It's
here,
fine.
this sounds like going to the meeting has more going to the
has
meeting
more merit than letting him.
not, because I don't think that he seems to have the bad. I don't know if that term would be known. He would seem to have the back way in, I guess I could say. So he probably will. If we don't follow through, he'll probably follow through with what he thinks. Something like that.
Yeah, and oh shit, I forgot about something.
Oh.
So Ken, remember that blade that you broke and you burned?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a demon in there, and it wanted Cobalt to break it and for you to light it on fire. It escaped and then proceeded to hide in Sebastian's bag. Sebastian probably still has that demon around and either captured it or sacrificed it for power. Oh yeah, also he stole a part of the blade, one of the shards on the ground when no one was looking.
Wonderful.
So I kind of forgot about that because it didn't matter for like the past 10 months.
Right.
Well, also at the time I also couldn't tell you because otherwise he would just kill you in your sleep. So I kind of actually forgot about that for a while, and I was just thinking through all the ways that this could go wrong, and
Hey, Shade.
Yeah.
Thank you for looking out for us.
He's gonna He's gonna get like a bit of a hesitant look and go, okay, look, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I just didn't want you being murdered by my evil side in your sleep.
You could have betrayed us at any time.
I have been trying
could've-
very hard not to.
And you didn't. I appreciate that.
Sebastian, he is just so fucking adorable. Look at him trying to be so good. It makes me sick. It's
This is
adorable.
like, oh, this isn't going to last, but okay.
He's going through his good phase right now. I'll let him have it. It's gonna make it even more fun when he breaks. And we get to have fun together.
Yeah, by trying to kill each other permanently and never working because it's so hard to kill one of them.
Hey, he needs entertainment, right?
I mean, after all, he does effectively have eternity unless, like, something happens.
So you know how this guy thinks the most. What is the plan?
Well, it gets really muddled because he knows that I know.
True.
So, I think one of the things that we should
Go for the eyes,
absolutely
fool.
expect.
Go for the eyes! Rusk!
We should go for the eyes. Gotcha.
Yeah, we should go for the eyes. I mean, it does take him a second to regrow, though, so eyes are complicated, man.
Eyes are complicated.
All those rods and cones.
So we know that he is going to follow through on his promise to kill us in our sleep if we don't go.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
So
in fact, he
we
might not even do it all at once. He might just kill one of you and then leave, so that way it would be more drawn out and he gets to have fun. Seeing you guys try your best to stop him. So, yeah, he'd actually probably pick one of you. Probably Shale. Sorry, Shale.
Anyway,
So
I mean, Shale's the doctor, so I mean.
we have to go.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, you'll just have to accept the consequences of your actions. After all, actions have consequences. Is the last thing written on the letter.
Isn't that right, Brian?
Isn't that right, Brian? No, Shay does not seem happy about this because he's just being like, on one hand, there's probably, there's going to be at least, 5 layers of trap to this. On the other hand, we kind of can't ignore it.
Right. So the best we can do is be prepared for the 5 layers of trap.
So prepare for the coup of the century. I mean,
Sure.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. Yes, you prepare for the 5th layers, and he prepares the 6th, 7th, and 8th just because.
So, what do we prepare for?
Well, first off, like I said, we had a really big propensity for explosions, especially incendiaries, but I don't know if he'll do that with you here, Kin. Then again, he only would have to worry about you with that, and everyone else would still be on fire and burning.
So, I'm the one who
so-
takes center stage then, where the explosive's going to be.
Oh, no, there isn't... Oh, no, I'm talking we used to lay enough explosives to bring down entire buildings.
Oh,
So, I'm saying the explosive is still going to kill you. It's just he might not use as many incendiaries as normal. So, if anything, I have to be vaguely close to him. Which I don't want to do. I really don't want to do that.
understandable.
So there's all of that. So that's probably going to be one of the first things. We know that teleportation exists here, and so probably at least a couple of gank squads that'll pop out of nowhere if he does decide to ambush us. At least a couple. That's not even mentioning anything like, say, having Pokemon underground of the meeting and having them hide there and then having them use explosion. I mean, I know it's a little bit of stealing, but we did a lot of that, considering the whole that whole fight on Hilltop,
Right.
or not Hilltop, the mountaintop one, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
So probably steal some of the tricks from that. I know he was planning on making some kind of armor. I don't know if he'll have managed that. Maybe.
Hmm.
In case you're wondering why, it's because we could kind of. I think he was probably trying to learn how to use the ability to repair it mid combat.
Mm.
I mean, I've kind of been thinking about doing that, but then also, I already have a sword I don't know how to use. I don't feel like also investing in armor I don't know how to use.
Right. Is there a way? There is a way to prevent teleportation, right? Hey, Kerr?
Yes.
This is something that I'd probably know in character. Are there means of preventing teleportation?
Bararu could do it.
Bararu could do it.
Oh, I don't know if it's a good idea to have Bararu anywhere around him.
Yeah, there is
Oh,
that.
No, because I know he was planning stuff for Bararu.
So, preventing gank squads from teleporting again is not. It wouldn't be an option then. Not at least not by means of Bararu.
No, I mean we could counter with our own, and then they would just turn into like a massive scrum.
Yeah.
At the very least, I require that Fuko be there.
I don't think Fuko would allow me to not include him.
No. I mean, like, when I say there, I mean right there. Not like... I mean, like, he needs to be right there.
Okay.
In case anyone forgot, he has flames that can actually hurt me, which means they can actually hurt him.
Yeah. No, I'm aware. I felt those flames while trying to train him. They touch even me.
Yeah. Well, you see, the fun part is that I still have tricks to kind of heal up a little bit afterwards. It's just not the normal kind. Instead, I just kind of have to, like, repurpose the remaining parts of my body to continue with the functions that were lost. Which only works so long as I have body.
Right.
Oh,
if you run out of body, doesn't work.
By the way, your bag shade is suddenly feeling very cold.
The moment he feels that, he is going to immediately rip it off almost and like toss it away.
Something wrong?
Bag changed temperature. I'm not gonna lie, I mostly just threw it away in case he actually did something to it before leaving, and I wasn't aware enough to remember it.
As you see written in ice, the words, "I'm proud of you, Shade, love Bararu."
He's gonna squint at that and go, "What the fuck, man?"
Sounds like Bararu was trying to is messing with you a little bit. In a wholesome way.
Yeah, I used this bag for things. I can't have a thing of ice in here.
No, it's your bag of chairs.
Oh, okay, because he has a normal bag.
Yes, no, this is your bag of chairs.
Oh, is it just like
All right.
inscribed with ice on that now?
And when you pull out a chair from it, it's covered in ice.
This is good. Okay, he wouldn't have thrown it away then. He just would have been like, was Bararu giving me chairs this whole time?
Due to your growth as a person, your chairs have now been divinely blessed.
Lamau.
You've got
but,
divine
yeah, so Shade's gonna
cold.
go.
I need to hop out. Like, I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we're past
Yeah, we are at ending time anyway.
You take care, Cobalt.
Yeah, take care, Otto.
So,
Yeah.
explosives, teleportation. What else do we need to worry about? That you can think of?
Well,
Or Riley.
at the very least, probably some form of magical warding, or dampening, or something. Technically speaking, if he turns this into a fight of like, you know, no moves, I might have lied a bit. The regeneration still works inside of an anti-magic thing. It's just a bit harder. So if he gets us in one of those, the only two people who will really have lasting power is me and him, because also, you know, he could do it, I could do it. Fuko couldn't use his flames. You couldn't use your flames. So there's always that possibility. There's so many things that would happen and could happen in order to mess with this group.
As much as I'd hate to tap into it, we do have a local mage. Nods to Midnight.
Oh no. You actually want me to use the book?
Bookun immediately
No.
appears in your hand, and
No,
it's
I don't
shivering,
want.
and you see a little kawaii face on it going, Senpai, is it time? The time I've been
No.
awaiting
No.
you?
Hush you.
No, I
But
don't
Senpai-
want you to use the book. However, if we need to counter some wards, you're the person who knows the most about that.
Right.
Let's see. There's also the fact that he would probably have, even if we do actually have the chance to get through all of that, there's also the fact that he's going to have the crystal, and he's going to use it because yeah, it turns out that crystal isn't exactly too picky, because when he was in charge of the body, he could also use the crystal. So technically speaking, he doesn't even need to corrupt it, he just wants to.
And
He needs a hobby.
Yeah,
Who
well,
all-
mostly because, from what I do know, he was going to corrupt it and then try and use it to trap Bararu.
and he wants all of the primary group there. Me, you, Shell, Brussel,
Yeah.
Midnight, Hunter, and Cobalt. I
Yep.
think I listed one.
It's just going to be the main group that he is requiring to be there. So there's also the fact that if it does draw it, it's going to be a crystal fight, and well, he
And
can
he's
use
probably
the
also,
crystal.
and he's probably also got ideas for dealing with each of us individually, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You see, the thing is that I try not to do all of the evil things. He has no such compunction, so he is going to take malicious advantage of everything.
And once the battle begins, and how do we tell the difference between you and him?
Oh yeah, so you see, there's a little bit of a surprise, and I don't quite know if he's going to do it, but I was just straight up going to stab myself and not heal part of the wound. And if then that didn't work, I have a couple other things that I could try. Like, first of all, and then he's just gonna undo the fact that he's, you know, been pretending to be a Zora. It kind of like, do a little bit of thing. I go,
You evolved
"Hi."
while you were out.
Yeah, I wanted to make it big and dramatic, but this is more important.
Thank you.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
I don't
also
know if
not.
he's evolved, because it happened
You
when
don't
I
know
was
if
in
he's
the woods.
evolved. The evolution came after you
After the
he
split.
split from you.
So I got no clue if he's evolved. That's another thing that we could try. There's also the fact that I have a sword and I don't know if he does. So that's also a pretty good one.
Okay. So there'll probably be signs then.
Probably, but you're gonna have to pay really close attention, especially
And-
considering
And no
He's-
one sign will be a definite indicator that it's you or him. Because each of those he could fake.
yeah.
The question is whether or not he would fake all of them.
Oh well, I mean, maybe not initially, but the moment he sees the differences I'm going for, he's just going to copy all of them. And he's gonna like reach into his bag and like pull out like just some shit, and he's gonna do his best to like on the spot transform one of them into at least looking like a sword, even if it's not exactly usable. So like I could just do this kind of shit. And considering that I have been avoiding experimenting on people, because when I try my transformation abilities on people, they die horribly. He is not going to have held back on that. So also, if he grabs you and focuses, do not be touching him ever.
Okay. If I get grabbed by you and you start focusing really hard on me, I know it's not you, it's him. Gotcha.
Well, yeah, but then again, you're also probably about to have all of your organs explode.
No, sure, but I might have an instant before that happens to do something.
Yeah, so in the middle of the fight, I'm not going to be reaching for any of you for any reason at all. Even if you're coming off of like hanging on a cliff or something, I'm going to call for someone else to help on that.
Okay. So, when's the meeting?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And where?
There is a map leading you in the direction that you need to go.
Right. All right, but where is this map leading?
It looks like it goes towards the east. It doesn't correspond to any town or such that you know of.
To the land
Okay.
of rainbows and kittens.
Also,
To the land of fun.
I'm really hoping that Domino does not show up for this. Because if Domino shows up, first of all, he never finished giving me the last gift thing. So technically speaking, I don't know if technically speaking, he also owes a gift to Sebastian, because we were the same person at the time. And in addition, he is not going to be able to. Domino's not going to be able to resist Sebastian's taunting and bets and deals at all. I know how to get to the guy.
So, just
So if
use
Domino
your
shows
favor
up, we want him
first.
to leave. Well, no, it's not a favor, it's a gift. A gift
Okay.
that will improve him in some way. But it also means, and think about this through, the Fey lens, Domino owes him.
Yes.
So, Domino
That-
can't do shit to him because he owes him.
Right. Also means that Domino can't do shit to Sebastian.
Which means if he shows up, he's just likely to get into, He is very likely to just get into more debt if he shows up.
Right. Well, I would find that hilarious, Domino being in more debt with you. Might not be the appropriate thing for this in that situation. No.
Now, the tricky bit, because he obviously naturally can pretend to be me. He's gonna pretend to be you guys as well.
Right.
And remember, if I really try, I can get away with being you guys for a surprising amount of time.
If you don't give me something to do, I'll have to amuse myself.
No.
And no one wants that.
Be gone.
Underscore says perfect.
Oh, hello, darlings. What are you up to? Some secret meeting?
Domino. Okay, great. So, Domino. Buddy, friend, pal. We're gonna be going to a meeting tomorrow, and I am being complete. I am not trying to trick you. I am not trying to get you into more debt. I am not trying to fuck you over in any way. You do not want to be there.
Oh, and why is that, darling?
Because it's a meeting with Sebastian.
It sounds absolutely delightful.
Domino?
Yes.
Hey, Domino, imagine
He's
dealing
going
with
to
two
put you
shades,
further
one of them
into
evil.
What'd you say?
So, you go ahead.
Shady's just gonna go, Domino. You are going to end up further in debt with him if you go to this than you are when you arrive.
I see. But the pathos, the story, it sounds absolutely delightful, darlings. How can I resist?
You can resist by not showing up. It's very simple. Look, you are not exactly the biggest fan of me. Now take me and make him explicitly evil instead of trying to be a bit of a menace. Like all of the horrible things I did in the past, and looking to go for round 2 and make it worse.
It sounds like you wish to have some fun, darling.
No, I do not want anything to do with this. I want explicitly nothing to do with this. It's just that if we don't go, he's going to do his best to kill everyone here in their sleep.
That does sound quite boring, darling.
So, we're going to the meeting, and we don't want you there.
But darling, my presence would heighten it by at least 50%.
But see, we need you here to heighten the presence of the village by 50%.
Yeah, the town would be far less without you.
Well, every location is far less without me, darlings.
Exactly, and you wouldn't want to deny the town your presence.
Are you just trying to give me busy work?
Especially if denying the town your presence means you end up in more trouble with either Shade or his doppelganger.
Technically speaking, I think I'm the doppelganger because, he was the original personality.
Details.
Semantics.
Pinky, darling.
Look, Domino, you caught me on an off day. I really... Normally, I'd be, trading insults and then trying to get you further into debt because, well, then again, you also haven't still paid off the last thing anyway, so I mean... But you caught me on an off day, so it's not... I ain't really gonna be trading barbs and all that today.
Oh, is that so, darling?
Yeah, I just don't want you to show up to this meeting, because if you show up to the meeting, you're gonna end up in debt to the evil version of me again.
Okay, and there's your favor.
Well, no, he doesn't owe me any of the favors anymore. We spent that on, getting Than here. He still owes me a gift, though.
A gift of him not showing up.
Yes, a gift of me not showing up.
You see, the problem is that a gift requires that something be given. As in, like, an exchange.
Yes,
there is nothing exchanged here.
This favor that I am giving you.
Is your gift a favor?
Yes.
Alright, and then I'm going to use this favor to ban you from this meeting. There is going to be no meeting for the meeting that we are going to that you are going to be showing up for. I don't care if it's the meeting and we have to have a little break and then you have to try to show up again. No. So long as we are meeting Sebastian on this day, tomorrow, I'm using my favor to say you cannot be around for that.
I'm sorry, darling. I cannot do that.
He's just gonna give Domino, oh, what the fuck, man, look.
Are you just trying to put salt in the wound?
Well, no, he loves salt, so I mean. Why wasn't the entire point of why?
Prior obligations, darling.
Did you get in debt with him again already?
No.
The Fae can't lie. So that has to be the truth, but there's a hesitation to him saying that, which means it was probably technically true.
Did you get in debt with someone else?
No.
Okay. Did you also give the same offer of exchanging a gift for a favor? Was that also an offer you made to him?
No.
To whom is the prior obligation to show up to this ode?
I'm not at liberty to disclose that information.
Domino. Again, I am not on my usual game today when it comes to all of this stuff. So, just why would you offer the favor as a method of getting this to happen if the favor can't be used to have you stay away from the meeting?
Well, I thought I could come along, darling.
He's gonna be there.
Okay, you know what? I got something for you. Domino, as a favor tomorrow, I am going to say that if you would like this favor to be cleared that you owe to me, that you accept no bets, deals, gambles, or any such exchange of goods, services, any of that tomorrow.
He'll nod.
And to be clear, this means no accepting debts, no trading in of favors, no giving of gifts, nothing. You are there to observe. For all of tomorrow, you are just to be there.
He just smiles and nods.
You do realize this fight could go into the next day, right?
No, we'd escape by then. Or at least you guys would.
Also, we do need to probably be calling the session because we
yeah,
have the other
absolutely.
game.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Shade is just going to end it off by saying, I mean, I might still be there fighting. I'm going to make sure that all of you get out of there, though. You all are a far sight less durable than me.
I thought it was going to be that people be able to tell the difference between you two.
Yeah, just kick me out and never let me back at that point. You'd be alive to do it.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today for The Last Hope Scar. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/ZGFgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, grabbing packs of cards to stream loots, or you can also help out the channel by subscribing to us on Streamloots or sending a treat through TreatStream. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.